How's everybody doing today? Welcome to another Fly Tying Tuesday video. I don't know if this will get posted today, Tuesday, or tomorrow, Wednesday, but one or the other, it's going to get posted. Today we're going to be doing my version of a Northern Deceiver. It's kind of just like another, bulky type pike and bass fly. That one doesn't have a rattle. This one, you should be able to hear it, does have a rattle. And I just shoved that in there with a, well, I'm gonna show you, because I would do this one with a rattle too. But nice flies, they're about 6 to 7 inches long. Wow, my hair is crazy. Anyways, but so we'll get started with that. This hook right here is a Gamakatsu. It's a saltwater series because I can't find any 6/0s in the B10S right now, so I had to get these. But it's a 6/0 B10S. Everything I realize is gonna be backwards because I'm trying to use my phone. But anywho, Gamakatsu not B10S, SL12S is what this one is. But it's 10 plated. It's for big game, probably more like tarpon and bonefish and stuff like that, but it will work now. So for the rattle, that's the first step. We're using a Blane Chocklett's body tubing. It's pink. What you do is, because you kind of have these little split up, where's the camera, split up ends here. See if I can get that to focus. Guess we'll have to do without that, but you can see them. It's kind of blurry, but they're split up. You want to just take a lighter to it, melt them a little bit, get them to like join all together. So that way your thread has something to grab on. And then, where did I, don't know where I stuck the rattle at. I probably lost it. I'll just get out another one. Anyhow, but you gotta do that so your thread will grab on the end of it and it won't just slide off. And then for the rattles, I'll use these worm rattles right here. That's for what I'm using on this one at least. I used all sorts of different ones. Like that one in there, just one big bulky rattle, where this is 2 smaller ones. This one might be like a little bit, I guess, like higher pitched noise in the water. And I don't know, you can hear more than one beat in there for sure. I don't know how it's gonna affect it, but I just like adding them. I think it does help. And then you're just gonna take that little rattle there, shove that into the tubing itself. And then you're gonna pinch that on there like that. Let's tie this on there and get our thread base started. For the thread, I'm using a GSP, I think it's like 18-pound strength. Might be like GSP 200 or something like that. I can't remember. I'll post it in the bottom of the video at the end though, like always. Stuff's strong though. It has a really, really high break strength to where it's not just gonna snap on you. I mean, for these pike and bass and musky flies, it's kind of necessary. So I'll just take that, flatten that down on there. And then here, I need to cut some more off, it looks like. Wow, these scissors are getting crappy. You're just going to want to take that lighter again and melt those ends. This time you want to melt them pretty good to where it's just one like clump of melted, almost wax looking stuff. Cool. All right, now, since that took so long, I haven't really tied this fly in a while, honestly. We're gonna take our barred rooster feathers right here. For the back ones here, I like a medium length. Find 2 of them. I think there's 2 stuck together right there. Yeah. Find 2 that are about the same length. Maybe 3. Yeah, let's go with 3 for now. You're gonna take this and just line it up. It's gonna be your tail actually. You can have some of the thicker stuff on there because you kind of want to hide this body tubing with the rattle. At least in my opinion, I like to hide it. Make sure they're roughly the same length. And we're gonna do 4. We're gonna put 2 on each side. Sometimes I do like 1 on each side and 1 on the top, just because these feathers can be expensive. So I try to save a little bit here and there, I guess. These feathers for a full saddle is like $45. But you can get a lot of big flies out of them because like, you're not using a whole lot at a time. And it does make a pretty cool dubbing if you keep it. Like this here, you can shred all this up and it has that pink and black mix. And I mean, I think it looks pretty cool. You can add some browns to it, whatever. You can just take it all and mix it and make like multicolored dubbings out of it for your smaller stuff, and it's pretty neat. I'm not done with those for now. And then right here, I'm gonna throw some bucktail out the back, like on these guys here. Let me separate it. I have bucktail around the outside of that. So we're gonna do pink and white for this one. Let's start with the white. And this isn't any special kind of bucktail, just your normal old bucktail. You can get the tips. I buy the whole tail myself just because I use quite a bit of it. I'll even use this on smaller flies. My clousers have bucktail. You can use it for winging material. Your flashbacks, you can use it on those. Let me clean this up here a little bit. Might need a little bit more. And trim your tips so they're pretty even. And what we're gonna do is just make a few wraps around it without tightening it down all the way. Kind of take your thumbnail and spread it. Because once you pull on this, it's gonna twist it and spread it even more, and it's gonna flare it out. I'll do it slowly so you can see. Maybe I'll be able to zoom in on this part too, probably. It's gonna kind of spin everything, but you want it to just spin the buck here. wrap it a couple times more, just to add security. And you see it kind of flared out there a bit. Looks like I'm missing a patch on that side, so you can't see it too well. Some of these tips here. And then, now we're going to throw in a layer of pink. Kind of a thick layer of pink. And then same thing with this. Make a few wraps around it. Secure it a little bit. And then work your thumbnail on it. Luckily I got that camera now. I can do this and look at that other side better. See what you guys see a little bit more. And it's gonna twist a little bit and it's gonna flare. And then now what we're gonna do is add in some flash. And I will use a decent chunk of the flash here too. So what we're gonna do, line it up like that. Try to have it hanging out both sides. And then bring everything back. So I want to cross over it and have them stripping down both sides. And then once we have them here, we can kind of adjust them a little bit. Before we really secure them in. And then now we have those kind of going all the way around it. I'm gonna take about 6 or 7 strands and go straight down the back. Now we got this little flared out strip that's a little bit longer, just like the feathers. And then now that we're here, we're gonna take 2 of our really long feathers. We're gonna throw these down the side. But this, you don't want to add in all that bulkiness at the end of the feather. We're gonna kind of hide it away. So you'll only be able to see like the back tips of these actually. Now that we're here, this is just kind of a knot I do to when I hang it on my bobbin, just almost like an overhand knot with it. Oh, I'm about out of thread on this one. But we're gonna add in some super glue. Actually, if there's any left, we will. Yeah, we're just going to use some epoxy today, or the UV resin. Simple that. And then let's stack some more bucktail. Go back and forth between white and pink. Now we're just working our way up to the front of the hook. We're going to lay down a thread base, because we're now going to put in the head of our fly. Which for the head, we're just going to use, it's a brush, it's like a streamer brush. I think it's like 2.5 inches. I'm just using a white color, they're all pretty similar. So you can kind of use whatever the heck you want to. And what I'm doing there is I'm just spreading the fibers back as I'm stretching it along. Where did I stick that at? Oh, right there. And then I take my dubbing brush, or I use this for my buck hairs and all sorts of stuff, and doing my game changers, because it looked really small there, but after you actually pull all these fibers out, there's a lot more material here than you would think. Help create a little bulkiness to that fly. That way it pushes a lot of water. I was going to trim it up, but honestly it's about perfect length. That won't look too bad. It barely fits on there. Oh, I don't have any eyes that, never mind. I don't have eyes that are small enough right now for that. I'll just have to throw some big googly eyes on it. 10 millimeters. Might actually add a little bit more head to it. Just a little, why not? I think these come in like 6-packs, so you actually get quite a bit of it. They're awesome for making game changers. It's really easy to make game changers with them, in my opinion. It's basically just a bunch of twisting and trimming. Whip finish. Whoop. Oh, throw a pretty hefty whip finish on these guys, like 6 or 7 wraps, because this gel spun thread slides through itself real easily, so you don't have to worry about all those threads winding down on each other and not being able to actually get that whip finish because there's so much thread. But seems to do all right here. That way it's nice and uniform. That looks pretty good. Now, just time to add some eyes. And then sometimes I'll throw like some epoxy, or why do I say epoxy? UV resin, the Gulf UV resin. I'll stick that over the eyeballs just so it, you know, extra security, they're not gonna fall off. But honestly, they stay on here pretty darn good, so I'm not too worried. But that's what she'll look like when she's done. You can almost tell like the hook's pretty much even hidden. Like it's in there, you can see it in there, but from this angle it's pretty much hidden. But I mean, they're simple, fun ties, not too special. Has that rattle on there. Look kind of like a little shad imitation almost. That's what I do most of mine referring to, because I've a fish clear lake a lot with the fly rod this summer, so I wanted to get a lot of shad bodies out there. But easy as that. See you on the next video. Thanks for watching.